Hello and welcome to the first edition of me playing Need for Speed Most Wanted. My name is Drew, and let's just do. I hope you enjoy. This may not be what you were expecting me to come back with. I intended to give Twisted Metal 4, Rogue Trip, and Vigilante 8 the full treatment of hardcore gaming, but after spending just a few hours practicing with them, I realized my body could not physically take any more car combat at the moment. It was rejecting them like sour milk. As much as I love Twisted Metal and its contemporaries, it's hard to do justice and appreciate them for what they are if I'm not in the right mind space to accept them. So in fairness to the games and myself, I need something to cleanse my palate. Consider this like an active recovery while I gear up for the Twisted Trifecta. Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original from 2005, and not the blasphemous trash heap bearing its name from 2012, is a game I hold very near to my heart. It was a formative experience for me to play this game back when it came out, and it still has a special place in my gaming rotation. The style, the cars, the action, it's all perfected here, in my opinion. If a little outdated, but not anymore. Some wizards online have concocted a mod package that overhauls the game, called Redux V3, bringing it to the modern age, while keeping it faithful to the original design. There's more cars, better visuals, enhanced gameplay features, among many other amazing improvements. For those who may not know, Need for Speed Most Wanted follows your journey to take over the streets of Rockport by tearing down the notorious Blacklist racers. There are 15 drivers to defeat, each requiring an ever-increasing rap sheet and reputation to earn their respect and challenge them. To make things interesting for this playthrough, I've decided to up the stakes of every police pursuit and Blacklist event. If I get busted during a chase, or lose any races against a Blacklist rival, I will forfeit whatever car I was using. Wish me luck. This is Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Sup, baby? You're on some real dope king shit, real talk. Now, why don't you slip into something more comfortable, like a fresh new subscription to my man Drew Desidue?
How's your car running?
Papers. I need your pink slip. He's dangerous. Be careful, he'll swap paint if he has to.
First, I'm gonna take your ride, then I'm gonna take your girl. Get ready for that.
Stay focused. He's rolling on a lot of power, so wait for him to shift first.
Attention Patrol Division, we have reported at least one mobile Code 6 driver followed by police.
I need all available units on this. Get them going. Code 3.
There we go, now we can play. And unfortunately, I do have to turn off the soundtrack for this game. As amazing as it is, one of the best things about Need for Speed Most Wanted, and really every game that was EA back in the day, and really many of the games that came out back in that time, the soundtracks were just fucking amazing. And we're going back 6 days in the past. All the events that led up to that very moment where something was wrong with my precious BMW. As I'm a racer who just arrived in Rockport, I need to build up my rep to reach the top. And I find it so adorable that most of the cutscenes in this game, or like the interactions you have with other racers, is you're both inside your cars and you just call each other on your cell phones, as if cell phones can't work outside of like 10 feet away. It's very cute. I love it. It's almost like when you're playing with toy cars as a kid and you have to like, make them get really close to each other as if they're talking. But I guess it does serve the Need for Speed mantra that you are an extension of your car and vice versa.
Oh man, did you pick the wrong street to run on? This is a nice car. Gauges, shifter, wheel. Is this all for show, or is there something more I should know about?
I'd like to take a little peek under the hood.
Good idea. Let me tell you what's about to happen. We're gonna take your car, tear it apart, and see if it's street legal. You know, I'd lay odds that it ain't. Get a record down here.
Looks like your racing days are over.
Let me let you in on a little secret. Street racing in Rockport is finished. I've got a beautiful little surprise that's gonna tear you guys apart from the inside out. Now get out of the car.
Attention Patrol Division. Units are in a high-speed pursuit of multiple vehicles, aggressively evading custody. Units in the area directed to clear and head up to provide cover.
Next time, you won't be so lucky. Nice pinstripe.
Turns out there's two antagonists in this game. We have that goober Razor and his cronies, as well as Sergeant Cross, trying to make our life a living hell. All we want to do is drive, but they won't let us. They want us to fail. God, this guy's so great. I want this guy to be my fucking president, dude. Elect this man. Ronnie McCree, let's fucking go, dude. First bit of driving I actually get to do in this game. And I don't know if it's a function of the mod or if it's just me not playing the PS2 version, but the controls feel much more responsive and realistic. Like there's a weight to the vehicles, but it's still very arcadey. Not realistic whatsoever, but that's not what you play these games for. If you play these games for realism, you're doing it wrong. We're trying to get a good feel for how the driving works. It's going to take a bit of time, but it's very, you know, straightforward. But every game, every car always has its own little behavior, personality to it. And I've always really adored these games specifically for their depiction of street racing, the essence of it, without needing to be like super tedious and, you know, simulation racing-esque. As much as I love simulation racing games, you know, I think sometimes you just need something that's a little, you know, just adjacent to it. More arcadey, but not cartoony. Even though the characters in this game are very, very cartoony. And that's part of the charm. I think this game nailed it. The campy tone, the corny cutscenes, just absolute cheeseball. You'll love to see it. And I don't know also if he's supposed to be that far back, if the rubber banding is just not kicking in quite yet, but okay. Interesting. Did not mean to do that. My first mistake. But it mattered not. We did it like 10 feet before the finish line.
What did I tell you?
Razor, he shadowed me. I couldn't shake him.
Another bolt-on Wonder Boy looking to get smoked.
God, his head is way too big for his body, man.
And peel those parts right now.
Bolt on or not, that ride is hot. Faster than anything here.
You obviously don't know your cars, sweetheart.
I know your ride doesn't have a chance.
My 60-footer, quarter mile, whatever you want to throw on the table, smokes anything here, including this pump gas kit car.
Well, then where's your punk money then?
$5 grand. $5 grand. Says my boy'll smoke this clown.
What's your boy have to do with this?
I ain't racing this nobody. And I ain't taking orders from some chick who just rolled onto the scene.
Yeah. This here is the number 15 guy on the blacklist. You got a lot of rep to earn before you get to run with him.
Thanks for the update. Are we doing this or what?
I got him.
Why don't we make it 10 grand.
Oh yeah, you want to amp this up? Let's do it right. Yeah, give me the police. We got a couple of guys about to street race down here at the shipyards. You better send the cops right away. Maybe an ambulance too. When he's through with you, I never want to see your face again.
God, I love these cutscenes. So cheap, so cheesy. Green screens out the ass. The most hammy acting you've ever seen in your fucking life. So good, but the gameplay is the star of the show. You gotta fight, Bull, I guess his name is. I think it's number 2 at the blacklist as you progress through the game. But right here he's getting fucking smoked. Getting annihilated. And our first taste of police in this game, too. See if we can give them a run for their money. Fuck off. My car's a battering ram. One of the best things this game did, I think, for the police chases is that obviously the police have, like, you know, damage and they can be destroyed, but your car cannot take damage. It can take cosmetic damage, but you will go full speed, nothing gets affected, no performance or, like, control handling, none of that stuff gets affected. You're just an immovable object that cannot be affected by anything. It gives you the confidence and empowers you to just smash the fuck into stuff. But that doesn't mean you're invincible, because if these cops sort of swarm you or evade you or turn you around, you know, their mask can keep you from moving, therefore busting you. Just a perfect balance of difficulty and action, intensity. Just got nailed, perfected here. And Bull is just not even trying. My boy, you gotta catch up, man. If this is the whole game, it's gonna be this easy. I don't know what we're doing here.
Well, look what the underground let loose. Let's see how good you do in the daylight.
Quick reference to the previous games in this series, Need for Speed Underground. I think there's a couple of references like that. I don't know if the character's even the same necessarily, but I think it's nice that they do sort of play on each other, continue the vibe, the story. But this game, I think, takes place entirely during the daytime, whereas Need for Speed Underground, those games are entirely at night, and Carbon continued the nighttime aesthetic. But this one, it's sort of, there's like a dynamic time of day, but it only goes from like daylight hours to later daylight hours. You never see like a complete darkness, which I'm okay with. I like the grimy, grungy atmosphere of it. Just feels more lived in. Another race where I'm just absolutely torching these people. I really hope it's just for the tutorial that it's this easy. Or if this vehicle is just that damn good. Which it absolutely is. And the sound of the vehicle, too. I don't remember it sounding this good on the PS2 version. This thing sounds fucking aggressive as hell. Amazing. Like an actual race car. Which I think is what it's based on. Some sort of BMW race car. The M3 GTR. Which gives some credibility to what Sergeant Cross was saying, that my car is not street legal. But I think it's everyone else that needs to catch up. But where's the energy, man? Where's the challenge? I don't want all my races to just be like me gapping them by like fucking 2,000 feet. I'm 5 seconds ahead almost. That's insane. Such a short race. I mean, 5 seconds is nuts. And hopefully we can get into our actual career here in a sec. This is all just the prologue, just the intro. So not much going on. Just teaching me the basics of driving and racing.
Good run. I like your style. Just make sure you watch your back with these guys, alright? See you around.
What's up, poser? I'm glad you're putting it down out there. I really am, because I can't wait to get a crack at that ride. What? Didn't anybody tell you? You gotta put your ride on the line to run against a blacklist racer, and that is why people aren't stupid enough to do it. I'll be waiting.
Today's the day. Gotta fight Razor. He's already established himself as an asshole. Time to humble him.
How's your car running?
Paper.
Also, like, how is this okay? Like, I know this is not like a sanctioned event or anything, but I don't know. Like, if anyone can just fuck with each other's cars, what's stopping anyone from doing that constantly? Why even race at that point?
First, I'm gonna take your ride, then I'm gonna take your girl. Get ready for that.
Like, if this is an economy based on respect and reputation, if you have a reputation for just sabotaging people's cars, like, who would ever want to race you ever again?
Rolling on a lot of power, so wait for him to shift first.
Let's take on this fucking clown. And I want to know who the other Blacklist members were, because it seems like Razor and his buds like rose to the top. Like, who got kicked off the Blacklist as those three entered it? He was only 15 right now, so he has to displace somebody, I would imagine. Those poor guys. But also, like, we'll see later on the actual number 15 on the Blacklist during the game, Sonny and Taz and all these people, they're pushovers. Like, they have no business being on the Blacklist at all. So I do feel for them. And is he gonna keep up with me? Is that gonna happen, or what's the deal here? He's back there, all right. Now the police, get him, boys. Yeah, he's got no fucking chance here, man. If this was a fair race, he'd be toast. But we all know what's coming. They sabotaged my car, and I have no chance. But I don't know what they did necessarily to the car. If they just, like, I don't know, poked a hole in the fucking oil pan or something where it's just going to lose all its oil. But I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. I think that would drain very quickly. I'll just seize up. When I was a child playing this game, I always dreamed that, like, one of these times, like, if I just drove well enough, got so far ahead that nothing could stop me, I could finish the race despite what happens. But it's inevitable. There's no way around it. I've seen some people, like, sort of glitch the game or mod it in some way where they could finish the race out, where, like, that effect wouldn't happen where your car seizes up. But nothing happens. I think it's just meant to be. It's written into the fate, into the cosmos. You cannot get around it. But as my car starts to clunk out, there it goes. Hopefully I can just turbo out of it. I can overcome this, and no, I can't. Tragic moments, the pivotal time in my career, where all is lost. And then Razor pretends like he fucking did something. All you did was sabotage a car that you just own, I guess, now.
Blacklist material. Hey, where's your punk money now?
What happened?
What happened is he's all show and no go.
And I accidentally skipped that cutscene because I'm a fucking clown. But all we missed was the police came, and they took me to jail. But unfortunately, they couldn't charge me with street racing without a car. So that left me just on my own, embarrassed, betrayed, destroyed. Now we rise like a phoenix, and we get our new car. Our first new car. And this new mod gives me a few other options to choose from. You can see there's 108 total vehicles within this version. I think normally there's maybe half that, if that at all, but definitely a ton more cars. So the Civic Si is the first one here. You have a Corolla GTS, pretty sick. Fiat Punto, Chevy Cobalt, that one was... So these two, I think, were the Fiat here, Cobalt, and the Lexus IS300. I think were the original three you can choose from. And Golf GTI, of course. But this, we have a Lancia Delta HF is there, that's brand new. Many more cars to choose from as well. I always went with the Cobalt because its stats were always higher than the other cars. Like, it just felt like the smart option to choose. But I don't want this to be like the easiest fucking playthrough to start. I want there to be some challenge, some tension in the proceedings. So I think what I'm going to go with is the Honda Civic Si. So that'll be a new car I've never experienced in this game. And it looks very sharp. Very cool looking car. And it's cheap. So we'll grab that. We'll take it to the streets. The journey starts now. So I have to go to the first safe house. So we do have access to the open world now, although it's a very limited version of it because not every section of the map is open. But we have this small neighborhood to just explore, drive around in. But just to keep things simple and rolling, we're going to go straight to the safe house and get started on our journey. I think the first safe house is just a fish market, which is fucking awesome. So good. Probably smells like shit. Let's see if I give a shit. And the sound of this car, just amazing. I love what they did to the sound in the mod.
So you found it all right. What do you think? You can store your ride here. Consider it your safe house. You can use it to lie low when your heat gets too high. If you want to take out Razor and get your ride back, you got a lot of work to do. You have to work your way up the blacklist and take out everyone on the way. As far as they're concerned, you're just working to get back into the blacklist. Pick the right event, get enough bounty, and you can challenge a ranked racer. Once they're all out of the way, Razor's all yours. Cool? I'll let you get back to business. I'll call you when the time's right. Later.
This here is Sonny. He dumped a whole lot of cash into his car. That ride has worked, so don't be fooled. It's a rocket. He does anything he can to get a hold of parts before they hit the streets. So just a pretty lame-o dude with sunglasses, a cell phone, and a whole lot of money, I guess. And we'll see if his ride is even worth us challenging. But we'll have to, as it's the only way to get through the blacklist, is to go through it, one at a time. We're fighting a war on two fronts. One against the blacklist, and the second against the police. But we shall reign victorious. Let's take on this fucking guy with his Golf GTI. Challenge Sonny, you've got to hit certain numbers of wins and milestones, not to mention you've got to rack up your bounty. Once you get these numbers, you'll get your chance at racing him. So I think we just need to have, 3 races, 3 milestones, and 20,000 bounty. Super easy. We can achieve that very quickly. But we'll start with the races. First is a circuit race. Come on, Civic, you can do it. And right away, it seems like their cars are stuck in mud. The only real guy approaching me is a modified Civic, and somehow my stock, my bare-bones Civic, is putting distance between me and him in a straight line. There was nothing about our driving had anything to do with what just happened. But he's already miles behind us. I desperately hope this is not just the game being this easy. Holy shit. The sense of speed in this game is also kind of wonky. I'm going 100 miles an hour and it looks like I'm barely going 60. I'm going 124 miles an hour. This is fucking nuts, but it barely feels like it at all. But I think as it scales up, as you get more powerful cars and more capability of speed, I think that starts to feel a bit more natural. But I think it's important, maybe just don't look at the speedometer. It will lie to you. Go off the feel. Go off what it looks like. Yeah, eat that, nerds. Suck it. There's no reason to do that. They're already so far behind. So might as well just be a time trial. Racing against myself. Competition, who needs it? I have myself. Just blew up a fucking gas station. And that's part of why I want to do this game the way that I am, with, higher stakes. One, because I want it to be more challenging, obviously. But I think just the atrocities you commit on these streets, blowing up gas stations, exploding giant donut stands, blowing up police officers left and right. I think stuff like that deserves maybe a higher penalty than just a slap on the wrist, a 3 strikes you're out policy. Because I think if each infraction I commit as its own strike, you're committing hundreds per hour. And so I think it's only fitting that if they do end up catching up to me, then yeah, rightfully so, they're going to take my car away. If not, throw me in jail for centuries without end. And I don't know if these guys are ever going to catch up to me. I could stop completely for I don't know, 7 straight minutes, and they probably still wouldn't catch up. The gas station already cleaned up. They got a quick crew here in the city. And that's the end of the race. That's done and dusted. Our first foray into the world of Rockport. Race number 2 underway. We get to race a couple of brand new cars, another Civic, a pink Ford something. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't think it's a Focus. Very strange. Not familiar with that one. And then a Lancia. So a couple of newcomers. And some of these vehicles might be part of the Black Edition, which I never played as a kid, because I only had the standard edition on PS2. So any of the new vehicles that came with the Black Edition, I'm totally unfamiliar with. So I don't know what's mod and what's not. But that's also part of the magic of this mod, is that I kind of want it not to get in the way. I want it to just feel like a comprehensive version of this game versus a heavily modified, altered version of it. I want it to be faithful. And once again, these guys cannot catch up. I have a stock Civic Si. I mean, I'm pushing what, maybe 160 horsepower if we're lucky. I mean, it can't be that much. I mean, this thing is relatively heavy. no weight reduction done. Stock tires and brakes and suspension, like nothing about this car should be performance oriented whatsoever, outside of what the factory put on it, and yet is just domination out the gate. This is no fun. Give me something to be challenged against. I do wonder if the mod did turn off the rubber banding AI, because I don't think they're supposed to get this far behind this early on. And my car like doesn't even go fast enough for me to like worry about the brake button. I'm just holding down the accelerator. Like, this is just mind-numbing at the moment. But I think what the true beauty of this game comes from, the magic that it instilled in my heart. I think it came from, I mean, the races obviously are fun. I do love the racing and driving. Just the emotion of moving a car around this world is fun. But the police in this game, that's the star of the show. That's what we all came here to see. And so hopefully some police can join our race, add some excitement to it. And we can get into a nice pursuit against these fucking idiots. But I do have to admit, the early stages of a pursuit in this game are very slow, because once you're on heat level 1, it feels you get to babysit them. It's almost impossible to shake loose. Maybe the mod changes some of that. I think the police never even fucking found us. Oh my god, I saw them on the map. But they couldn't catch us. In the third race, a couple of returning gens here. We got that Lancia back. We got that weird... Oh no, that's a Corolla. I thought that was that weird Ford. No, there isn't a weird Ford, though. They got nice decals in their car. I think those are new, too. A lot of customization options, I think, with this mod. I'm excited to explore some of those. But they're giving me more of a fight this time, at least. That's fun to see. Oh, no. No, they're just gone. Laying in my dust. These weak, wimp-ass opponents. The visuals are impressive. It doesn't quite look like a PS4 level game, but if you said this was on 360, yeah, I believe you. I think that's appropriate. I think the car models are very detailed. The world is, I mean, higher quality than like the base game, but you can tell there's certain things they couldn't help. You know, the amount of polygons that certain things have, the landscape behind the map, like the inaccessible areas, is still kind of a little flat, a little poorly aged. Well, that guy's kind of keeping up. Good for him. You'll love to see that. But I think the part of the world that you're meant to like pay attention to is amazing looking. And the Burger King blimp. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Man, good to see you. Always a pleasure. What are these names? Little, Hong, and who? LaPierre. LaPierre. A little Frenchie in the mix. Also, I just realized my guy's driving on the wrong fucking side of the car. This thing is imported, apparently. Got the fucking right-hand drive. Yeah, these guys have no fucking chance, man. We'll see if the police can keep up with me once we get to a little pursuit later on. This is a disappointing turn of events for the early stages of this game. I mean, I realize they're trying to keep things, you know, easy for the player, but this is just mind-numbing. The reflections look fucking amazing. That's great. Wow. And just one more short lap and we can take this to the bank. But I think this era in gaming, I think, did more for my taste in cars and in music, in gaming, than pretty much any other. And this is one of the biggest, like, flag bearers of that era in my gaming career, in my life. This, like Twisted Metal Black, Gran Turismo 3. I think all those games made me love cars the way that I do now, which is not, like, super intimate, I guess, with, like, the engineering of cars and, you know, how they work and stuff, but just the artistry of them. Just appreciate them, like, culturally, I think is what these games did for me. Alright, time for our first pursuit. We did the first 3 races, now it's up to us to get the bounty challenges done. So I need to trade paint with 2 police cars, that's 1. And I need to have a pursuit last less than 4 minutes, and a pursuit lasts more than 2 minutes. So let's get that sweet spot. Somewhere between 2 and 4 minutes for this pursuit. And 2 police cars touched. Again, just brain dead easy to knock these out. So we gotta babysit this guy for a second, because it looks like he's gonna have trouble keeping up with me too. Just like everyone else. I'm not going that fast. Like 90 miles an hour Although I'm going like full speed turn at like 80, 90 miles an hour. That's kind of crazy. Okay, god damn it, I'm just driving, dude. Like, keep up with me, dog. Push this minivan off of here. I think this is a hospital or a prison. I'm actually not entirely sure what this is. I want to say, I guess that's the hospital and that's the prison. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Very weird campus. Come on, friends, follow me. Hell yeah. So sick. Oh, this guy's dead. Well, I didn't kill him. So there's also the bullet time mechanic that every game had to have at that era. And it works very well, especially against police, because it like increases the mass of your vehicle, from what I've noticed. And so when you're approaching like a police car, helpless, stuck, in a roadblock perhaps, you can use that and just fucking launch them into outer space. Yeah, this is heat level 1 for you. Just me having to like slow down and play with them a little bit. Got to play with my food. And once it gets into like 2, you're still kind of babysitting a little bit. But heat level 3, that's where it gets real. And of course 4 and 5 is later on. But those are fucking intense. Come on, little buddy. Come on, everybody. Okay. Whoa. Alright, now we got a little bit of fun going on here. Okay. So we're almost at 2 minutes, which means now I can start to end this pursuit. So we'll take these guys out as best we can. Bonk. Oh, we're getting spun. All right, let's not dick around too much. Oh, come on. Don't get stuck. Come on, little guy. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, this car is one that takes a little bit to giddy up and go. So if I lose my momentum for even a second, that's where things get a little hairy. Come on, friends. So I'm going to try to evade these guys as best I can. I think I lost. I think that's all it took, was to use that truck as a barrier. Now we move on. It's all taken care of. No, they caught up. Oh, come on. Ah, that would have been so sick. Bonk. Okay, he died. That all worked out. That was a sick maneuver. Leave him in the dust. God, I cannot get over how good this game looks. Like, after playing this game only on PlayStation 2, primarily, like, this is, I mean, blowing my fucking mind. But I have less than a minute to get rid of these cops. So what I'm going to do, hope I can catch up to him. Come on. Nah, not quite. So open to pit maneuver. That should have... No, he was right on my fucking ass, dude. All right. That's how this is going to be. I see. I see how it is. Yeah, I gotta get off the freeway. I need to get onto surface streets. I don't think I can get enough distance between me and him. Well, why not get under 4 minutes then? So I think the only option I'm gonna have coming up is further down the street. Oh, no, there's a pursuit breaker. Okay, we can do this. We can do it. Oh, God. Where is it? It's gotta be up here somewhere. Just saw the icon come up. Okay, it's through here. Wonder what it is. I don't remember what all the pursuit breakers are. God, he is struggling. Ah, we already passed 4 minutes. Okay, what the fuck? Why couldn't I steer? What is going on? Why is my car not steering? What the hell's going on? Like, my car's steering just got like 10 times heavier for no fucking reason. Is that just what being on grass does? On gravel? That's crazy. I didn't know the fucking physics would do that. That's crazy how heavy my shit just got. And my performance. I cannot drive worth a shit right now. Holy goddamn. Well, we didn't quite get under 4 minutes. Alright, let's do one more pursuit. Just a quick one. I'm just going to murder this guy really fast and then move on. Just to get the milestone taken care of. Oh, come on. Oh my god, you're so, like... The fact that my car is, like, unscathed and his car is, like, in critical condition. Utter absurdity. Come on. Come on. Come to me. There we go. Have a whole ass water tower just fall on you. Oh, the spectacle of this game. So great. Just fucking nuked a water tower. Now, why not? Just destroy a giant donut as well. Have our destruction streak got another notch on its belt. Well, I have the race wins, I have the milestones completed, but I still need 20,000 total bounty to challenge our boy Sonny. So that being said, let's go try this other speed trap here. So all I have to do is just pass the speed trap going a certain speed, and then we can challenge our boy Sonny. Coming for your Golf GTI, nerd. Hope I can beat it. I mean, I can't go all that fast with this car. There we go. 106 miles per hour. Sick.
Hey man, that chump Sonny is looking for a run. He's still pretty fresh on the blacklist, so now's your chance. Don't blow it.
Alright, ready to challenge this fucking dude. Looks like it's just a circuit race. 2 circuit races. One on Campus Way, one on Highlands. We can do this easy peasy. God, my car just looks like a normal ass car. Like a stock Civic is just not intimidating whatsoever. There he is. Alright, let's see if he's being honest about his car. They called him a rocket, that he put so much money into his car. Money that parts that he exclusively got, I guess. He got the parts before they hit the streets, so he's got first dibs. And it means nothing because a stock Civic is just embarrassing him right now. Just stomping him into the fucking dirt. God, this guy is a pushover if I've ever seen one. Fuck off. At least I gave him a chance to catch up. Still means nothing. But I do like the sense of progression that these games have, and a lot of racing games did in this era. Like, I sort of miss how racing games used to be this way, where they would start you out in some, like, you know, kind of shit car, just to help you get used to the game, and feel like a real sense of growth as you get into bigger and better cars. Like Gran Turismo 3, all the Gran Turismo games, I guess, kind of felt that way. And of course, Need for Speed here. Just, you want the games to feel like you're actually going through a journey, starting from the bottom, with just a simple, humble Honda Civic. So you move up all the cars. God, that was a long-ass lap, dude. 1:55 with no conflict whatsoever. This guy is just so far behind me. I wonder if there's a way to bump up the difficulty, but I think it's pretty much locked in. Like, the difficulty is supposed to just naturally kind of increase as you go up the blacklist. And so Sonny back there, fuck off. It's the second time I just, like, killed somebody on the street. Yeah, I want to say the rubber banding is, like, just completely gone from this game. Which does make it more, like, fair, I guess, but, you know, it makes you wonder why they put it there in the first place. This is why. Because having a 1,500-foot gap between you and the guy in second place, not the game I expected. Would have been cool if there was more pedestrian vehicle models in this game. But you kind of get tired of seeing the same exact ones over and over again. Sonny, my boy, come on. Give me something. And just like that, Sonny defeated. Let's go on to round 2. I do not think he's going to give me any sort of competition on the second race, but this one should be slightly shorter. So I guess at least less wasted time. Oh, he took a shortcut. What a smart man, Sonny. Let's see if it'll pay off for you. I don't mind taking the long way if that means you have a chance. He has not even pooped out of the end of it yet. Like, he's going slow on purpose. Like, there's no way that's as fast as he can go. There's no fucking way. I mean, this is almost not even worth doing if it's going to be this easy all the way through. I wonder if there's a way to turn the rubber banding back on, just to keep things kind of interesting. But I think rubber banding is, like, if it's a necessary evil, so be it, but I think it's more of a band-aid for, hey, we couldn't program AI that could be, you know, balanced. And so if they get too far behind, yeah, they'll just magically catch up to you. Because if it means that you couldn't, on their own, make them catch up to you, then, you know, I guess that what's pushing the player to be better when they could just magically speed up to you. But that's it. That's Sonny taken care of. Well done, Civic. And now I get to choose 2 markers. And so there's 3 hidden ones, and then there's the visual part upgrade and performance upgrade. And I'll do away with those for now. I want to get his car. That's what I want. Nice, we got the pink slip, so we got his car. And that leaves whatever else is in these, like extra impound strike, cash reward. Could be, I think you can get like a get out of jail free card or something, but I'll take the money. I'm okay with that. And in the next episode, we'll take on Taz, Blacklist member 14. This crazy fool was a major heat scorer. Blacklist gave him the name Taz. He hates cops and they hate him. Watch yourself around this guy. He prowls the streets of Rosewood, looking for newbies. And I'm almost certain that they just took like developers around their office to take these pictures, because so many of them like are not scary or intimidating or like cool. They're just kind of lame and goofy. This guy being one of them. Now that you've beat Sonny, the local shops are going to help you out with parts and upgrades to your ride. There'll be new cars to buy too if you're interested. Remember to choose smart, because cash ain't always easy to earn. Plan out which cars you want and what upgrades you're going to make. Don't assume you can just buy everything, or that driving a stock car will get you to the top. But based on what I just experienced, why would I not assume that a stock Civic can just take out the entire world? And with that, I think that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we'll face on Taz and perhaps even the number 13 Blacklist member. We'll probably just do 2 Blacklist members per episode as we go forward. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment below what you think about this game, about this car, about this video. If you have something nice to say, say it. If not, keep it to yourself. Anyways, have a nice day.
I mean, I don't understand any of it, but I bet if I did, that guy over there would still have his arm. And at least one of his balls.